So a client says, I can't afford it during your sales calls. And many coaches instinctively start negotiating, offering payment plans, discounts, anything to close the sale. But here's the truth. Price isn't the problem. Perceived value is. And if your offer isn't landing, lowering the price won't fix that. It just undercuts your income and your authority. So let's talk about what's really behind that objection and how to respond like a confident CEO. This mindset shift changes everything. So let's dive in. Welcome coaches, I'm Jackie Appleby, online business manager, business coach, and your guide on this journey towards not just building a successful coaching business, but creating a transformative one. You want to grow your coaching business while leading your best life, and I'm here to share tips, tricks, and strategies to make that dream achievable. With years of experience in the coaching industry, I've helped countless coaches move from feeling completely overwhelmed and chaotic to calm and thriving using my Coach to CEO framework. So if you're ready to transform your business, then you are in the right place, my friend. All right, first let's get one thing clear. When a client says, I can't afford it, it is not the end of the conversation. It's an invitation to go deeper. Because often they can afford it, but what they're really saying is, I don't fully see the value, or I'm not confident that this will work for me, or even I'm afraid to invest in something that I'm not 100% sure about. And when we as coaches respond by dropping the price or offering a discount, we totally miss the point. That move says that we're unsure of our value too. The truth is, if you've built your pricing strategically and not emotionally, there's no reason to apologize for it. The goal isn't to handle the objection. It's to explore it, just like you would in a coaching session. So instead of rushing to fix the price, pause and get curious. Now, for instance, when I'm on a sales call, I treat it just like a coaching session because that's exactly what it is. I'm not there to convince anyone. I'm there to help them make the right decision for them. And that comes from powerful, intentional questions. So questions like, what would it be worth to you if this was resolved in the next 90 days? Or what's the cost of staying where you are for another year? Or even, how would your life and your business be different if this wasn't holding you back? These kinds of questions shift the focus away from price and onto impact. And when the conversation is rooted in impact, price becomes secondary. As an example, most of my clients are ready to move forward with one of my Rise business audits before I even mention the cost. And that's because we've already established the value. I've helped them to connect the dots between their current frustration and the future that they want, and shown them that the audit helps avoid expensive tech setups, wrong fit platforms, and wasted time. That's the power of coaching through an objection instead of collapsing under it. So let's be honest here. Most business owners hate selling, and not because they can't do it, but because they don't want to come across as pushy, manipulative, or like a used car salesperson. I had a client once tell me that she was advised by a coach to always collect payment on the sales call so they don't change their mind. Another one was told if they say yes now, offer them a discount, but only if they pay today. So what kind of tactic is that? That's not service, that's pressure. Here's what I know. If you've done a great job of educating your potential client, if they understand the problem and see how your offer directly alleviates it, if they feel safe and respected in the conversation, then you don't need scarcity or urgency tricks. For me, when a client says yes to a Rise business audit, I send a paid scheduler link after the call. No pressure, no cornering, just clarity and confidence. And you know what? Nearly all of them book and pay within a few days because the decision was already made on the call. And sure, sometimes people need a nudge. That's what thoughtful follow-up is for, not fear tactics. I love doing my discovery calls. I get to learn about a real human, uncover what's holding them back, and often give them that one shift that they didn't even realize that they needed. Now, that's not a pitch. that's a gift. And when you show up like that, selling becomes service and confidence replaces cringe. Now, here's what I want you to take away from this. I can't afford it usually isn't about money. It's about alignment. And if you're showing up with confidence, clarity, and compassion, and the client still isn't saying yes, that's not a rejection. That's a mismatch. And mismatches are okay. You're not meant to serve everyone. You're meant to serve the right people in the right way with offers that feel good to deliver and results that you can stand behind. And if you're currently dreading discovery calls, if sales feels like a game of psychological chess or a dance of persuasion, then that's your signal. It's time to shift. Because building a coaching business you love means building every part of it around your values, including how you sell. There's no one-size-fits-all script anymore. The art of sales has evolved. And when you learn to sell the way that you coach, with presence, curiosity, and purpose, you'll find that the right clients say yes without pressure. And they stay. If you want to make sales feel less stressful and more natural, start before the call even happens. The first thing I do when someone books a discovery session is send them an intake form. This isn't just about gathering details, it's about coaching before we coach. I include thoughtful, strategic questions that get them reflecting on where they're stuck, what they want, and what's been getting in the way. It helps me prepare, but more importantly, it helps them start stepping into the transformation. Then they get a personalized confirmation email, not just a link to a Zoom room. I include an FAQ, a few handpicked testimonials, and a short intro into how I work. This really sets a tone of clarity and professionalism right from the beginning. Before the session, I send a couple of reminder emails, not the boring robotic kind. These are infused with warmth, excitement, and real energy. I want them to look forward to this session, not feel anxious. And here's what happens. People show up on the call already leaning in. They're informed, they're engaged, and they're ready to start trusting the process. You know, I've had coaches tell me, I love your onboarding flow. I want that for my business. That's when you know your systems are doing more than managing logistics. They're building connection, and that's huge. So let's wrap up with this. If someone says, I can't afford it, your job isn't to panic or to persuade. Your job is to check the alignment. Is this the right person for the right offer at the right time? If the answer is yes, and your offer is clearly positioned, you won't need to beg, discount, or chase. And if the answer is no, that's not a failure. That's just clarity. You're here to serve the right clients, the ones who are ready, who value your expertise, and who trust you to guide them. And if you don't love doing sales right now, that's not a personal flaw. It's actually a sign that your sales process is out of sync with your values. You get to create a business that you love, and that includes how you invite people in. Sales doesn't have to feel icky. It can feel like a conversation, a collaboration, even a service. And when it does, the objections don't stop you. They open the door. And remember, it takes practice. So don't expect to change your approach and have it perform right out of the gate. It's taken me a long time to hone my approach, and it still gets regular tweaks because the landscape is constantly changing. So if this conversation hit home, if you're ready to stop discounting your value and start leading sales calls with clarity and confidence, but you're still not clear on the path, then it's time for us to talk. I'm inviting you to book a free synergy call with me. It's not a high-pressure pitch. It's just a conversation to explore where your business is right now, where you want to go, and what's getting in the way. And from there, I'll help you figure out the next best step, whether that's refining your offers, stabilizing your systems, or cleaning up the back end of your business. And if you're not quite ready for a call, that's not a problem. Grab one of my free tools to get started. We've got the Max Revenue Kit, which if you're leaving money on the table, this will help you uncover hidden income opportunities in your business. Or there's the Unlock Your Path to a Fully Booked Coaching Calendar guide, which is perfect if you want to understand how marketing, offers, and systems work together to build client momentum. Either way, the links are below. Let's build you a sales process that feels just as aligned as the coaching that you deliver. I'll see you next time.